Today we're going to talk a little bit about the collector activity badge for the Beavers. This is quite a simplistic badge really. There's only 3 requirements as you see on screen, and sadly enough it's kind of difficult to link this in with a number of different badges like most of the other activity badges can be. One thing I'd like to mention in particular in terms of linking this badge to other badges, the hobbies activity badge also requires 6 weeks to complete. And as you'll notice from the very first point of our requirements here, spend at least 6 weeks making a collection. Now, in my reckoning, making collections is a hobby, of course it is, and therefore if you choose to count this as well as this being a hobby for the purpose of the hobbies activity badge, then you can double up on the requirements there. All you need to do at that point is essentially, when you show off your collection here at the very bottom point, or the middle point here as well, that actually does show and actually meet the same requirements as the hobbies activity badge. So in my opinion, if you have actually earned the collector badge as a beaver, you've also earned the hobbies activity badge. That's a very easy one to link into. However, other than this, it's kind of difficult to find any other projects that you could link into here. Something that comes to mind would be the builder activity badge, but that's easy to do by simply making one model at some point in your time in Beavers. Other than that, if you do gardening, perhaps as your collection, and you link those together by something like flower pressing or seed collecting, the gardener activity badge requires 2 months of sort of work looking after a garden. So you could count this 6 weeks towards that 2 months of the gardener badge. Other than that, it's kind of difficult, as I say, to link anything together. In terms of top awards, not much goes towards this. Essentially, the personal challenge award could be one. If you are making a collection and you add something to it every day or something like that, that may be enough of a personal challenge to count towards that part of the Chief Scout's Bronze Award, the Personal Challenge Award. The only other thing I can think of is if you were somehow doing this as sort of group collection, perhaps in relation to other Beaver Scouts inside your unit, your group, that might count towards a teamwork activity badge. The Teamwork Challenge Award, which is part of the Chief Scout's Bronze Award. But really, that would depend a lot on what the leader thinks. There is really nothing else that I think can lead into this badge. It's a relatively short video, this one. But it's a very simple requirements here, as you can see. Just spend 6 weeks making a collection, show off your collection essentially, and tell others about your collection and why you collected it. So just to sum up really, by doing this activity badge, the collector activity badge, you also meet, in my opinion, the requirements for the hobbies activity badge. And if you have some relation to gardening, perhaps keeping an allotment and taking samples from an allotment to make a collection by pressing flowers, that could also count towards this. Hopefully that's been useful. Thank you. Bye bye.